Hello everyone, I'm Matthias Monzel, and this is the New Gaming Studios Magicka Wizard Wars Let's Play. So Wizard Wars is a somewhat MOBA-styled game. Most of the maps do have lanes and control points that you're trying to take over, but there's no bases, no minions. Well, there's some minions, but not really like creep. Like 2 spawn every time you take over a control point, but they're pretty minor. You don't level up to gain abilities. Instead, at the bottom of our screen, you'll see Q through R and A through F are all tied to different elements. The way you cast an ability is by queuing up 3 of those elements together, and each unique combination combines to form a different kind of spell. We're going to make more videos going more in depth into the spell system because it's incredibly varied and open possibility and all kinds of craziness. But the basics are, queue up 3, performs different spell. There are a couple that can't be used together, like lightning and water can't be used together. You can't use 2 shields in the same one. I think fire and cold can't be used together. Basically, the one above and below it cancel each other out. To the right of that, you will see magics. Your magics, or your magic bar rather, builds up as you're in combat, or while you're healing your allies. When your first magic bar is completed, you'll gain an ability called Sprint. Sprint basically just gives you a temporary movement speed boost. That's the kind of Ganation looking effect that you'll see on a couple players throughout the video. Your second Magicka bar allows you to revive nearby teammates. Your third Magicka bar summons death. At this point, we should probably note that there is friendly fire in this game. So when you summon death, there's a chance that he will one-shot an enemy, there's a chance he'll one-shot one of your allies, and there's a chance he'll one-shot you, so you need to be careful when you're using death. Your fourth magic bar gives you access to meteors. You'll see those a couple times throughout the video. They basically just call down a meteor storm in the area and deal a ridiculous amount of damage. But again, if your allies are in that area, they're going to get hit. So the deeper into the spell system you go, it gets very, very intricate. And each element has certain status effects that are tied to it. For instance, if you hit someone with a water-based spell, they become wet. If you then hit that person with a lightning-based spell, they take additional damage and are stunned for a short time. However, if you hit them with a fire spell after the water spell, then they are no longer wet. Cold causes your allies to become frozen, but not your allies, your enemies or your allies, to become frozen, which slows their movement speed, and if they reach 100 frozen, then they become stunned, but they can only take damage from certain sources. There are also 2 elements that aren't found on your bars. If you combine water and fire, you get steam. And if you combine cold and fire, if you combine cold and water, you get ice. Steam is a very high DPS, short-ranged combination. It's right there, actually. Ice deals physical damage, and aside from melee attacks and earth, I believe it's the only thing that deals physical damage, which can be important sometimes, but we'll get deeper into that later. So basically, the way the game works is if you look at the minimap, there are 4 spawn points that we're trying to capture. The more spawn points you have, the faster your enemy's spawn tokens degrade. When your opponent's spawn tokens are at 0, they can no longer respawn. And every time you die, your team loses a spawn token. So you can see this map has 4. The other map that I've played on, which is kind of like a forest-looking map, has 3. Either way, it's the same basic premise, but the numbers right above the minimap in the little bar show you your available spawn tokens. And the way you win the game is basically just kill the enemies and take their spawn points until they're at 0 spawn tokens, and then kill them all. It's very straightforward, very simple, no base to try and capture, anything like that. So, although it is like somewhat quasi-MOBA styled, it's a lot more chaotic and a lot more just to the point. Instead of farming for 20 minutes, leveling up, buying items, all that kind of stuff, really just jump right into it and go. For people who have played more traditional MOBA, so you come from like a Dota or a League background, it's a welcome relief. It's a nice change to just go crazy for a little bit. Like I said, there is friendly fire. So far, I haven't been trolled very much with that. I'm sure you're going to get games where that really comes back to bite you in the ass, but so far everyone seemed pretty cool about it. Just kind of accept you're going to hit your teammates in fights, your teammates are going to hit you. Just heal each other up. Be good teammates, you know? And when you heal people, you gain Magicka bar anyway, so you might as well go ahead and help yourself out and get closer to your ultimate. So you see, like, those mines right there. I do fire, life, and shield. Anything with life and shield will produce a different mine. It places 4 little mines on the ground. When your opponent walks over them, they explode, do a good chunk of AoE damage, and then knock them back. So you can use them to cut off choke points, to control spawn points, all kinds of nice things like that. As you can see now, the game has gotten down to neither team has any spawn tokens left. We have all of our team alive, and they only have 2 right now. One of them is at, they're both at the top right spawn point. So right now, as long as we play this safe, should be a pretty easy win for us. One of our guys dies though, knocks us back down to 3. There is that meteor storm again that we were talking about, and I think that's actually how we end up winning this game, is with another meteor storm. So you can see, capturing spawn points really doesn't take a very long time. So it is a very fast-paced kind of game. A lot of action. There's always something to be doing. Come down here to the spawn point. And I know that they're both there, and only one ally is in that. So even if I kill off that ally, which I think I accidentally do, we're not going to lose the game. I know I've got me alive, that dude up there's alive. So finish the game at 8 kills, 1 death, 1 assist, 9 captures. It's not a bad game. So tune back in. We're going to be doing a lot more Wizard Wars videos, doing more in-depth into the spells, priorities, combinations, all that kind of stuff. So thank you everyone for watching, and have a great day.